Hi, good evening. This is Navaldeep. I hope you are good and you had a good profitable day in the market today. I'm going to post my market levels and we'll discuss a couple of technical charts uh, during this video. If you find my charts and level useful, please follow me back on Twitter and you can watch all these videos on the YouTube. I'll start the technical analysis. So let's see what happened in the market today. So let's start with futures. Yesterday we discussed that yes, 43 to 40 to 20 is a good support zone right there because we have seen right here, we have seen in the past that yes, every time it comes around this range, it tends to get a good support. And that even happened yesterday. Plus, the second thing that happened yesterday was that futures were able to close above the Fibonacci level of 40 to 48. So that was kind of a positive for me. So the next target for futures was the 34 EMA, which is this red line. So if you remember in the evening, the futures was kind of struggling around 40 to 75 range. And once it breached, there was no looking back. It went on to test this line, which is 43.15, 43.20 area. And uh, it, and if you remember, I also posted a message on the Twitter that 43.30 is an area where we'll find some level of resistance. So this is the area where we had that resistance. So even in the afternoon, it tested this line, and even in the after hours, it went on to make 43.27, but kind of struggled to hold on to that. Now, my view is that if tomorrow we get an opportunity to come around 42.90, which is kind of a good support here, we should go long, or I would go long here, and then I would target 43.15 and 43.30. A breach of 43.30 will open ES to test 43.85 area. It looks pretty bullish as of now, but for me to enter, either I would enter above 43.30 so that I have a clean direction towards 43.85, or I would like to have a better entry point near 42.90. If the futures break below 42.90, the first level of support comes around 42.78 and 42.50. So these are my market levels for tomorrow. My bias is buy on the dips towards 42.90 and keep small stop loss, or buy above 43.30. Trend as of now it's positive for me. Then other stocks which I want to cover in this video are, one of them is Amazon. So yesterday Amazon came and tested the 34 EMA support line and managed to close above 35.43. Today it opened above it, but then it lost its momentum in the initial hours and it came all the way back down, tested this zone where there was supply, but it was able to negate the supply and then bounced back. So during the later half of the day, it bounced back. Now target for Amazon comes around 3600, but the idea is if we can get it around 3550 area, that will be a good entry point, and we can be long from there. I would like to like honestly wait until 3550 on at least 30 to 1 hour candle and see if it manages to hold that. If it does, first target is 3600, second is 3650. Bias is kind of neutral towards positive on Amazon. If it breaches 35.43, first target is 3500, 3503, and then as I said in previous that I kind of ignore 50%, then the next level of support comes around 3430. All right. So let me move on to Apple. So yesterday, Apple came all the way down from testing the new highs of 150 to about 140, 167. Still, it has some gaps here, but it kind of reversed. And if it managed to hold this gap, it will be a bullish sentiment. So as of now, it opened and had a very good momentum this morning, but kind of lost its track in the last maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes, and tried to close right on the money, 146.2. Tomorrow, if it breaches this 146 and this supply zone of 147, it can go and test the new highs. If it fails, I will wait for it to fill this gap for a better entry. I would not trade. I think it will consolidate until the ER. Then everyone's favorite Tesla. Tesla, as you see, is in this zone between 23 and 38 for past couple of weeks. It's getting good consolidation here. Okay, so if you want to see, it's kind of making a triangle, symmetrical triangle, which is consolidating from here to here and from here to here. Plus, I draw some lines on it, which kind of gives you an idea. It's kind of making a W, and I've always felt these W patterns are really, really great. So all we need to do is we need to wait that yes, if it breaches 686, this is my target, 780. For me, Tesla is in positive momentum. It has consolidated really well. So before ER, we might see a good move on it on the positive side. Boeing, uh, yesterday we discussed that Boeing had a good support around 205 area, and even in yesterday's fall, it managed to hold that 205 and closed above it. So today it opened, kind of tested its previous level, and then throughout the day it was just going higher, higher, and higher and higher. Closed higher, even in the after hours, it's going higher. So for Boeing, I would say 219 is the number which I'm looking at. If it manages to breach 219, uh, I would look out for 225 and somewhere around 228. So these are the two numbers which I'll be looking. I'll be very positive on Boeing only if it breaches 240.84 this time. Otherwise, it's gonna go up and down and chop you out. So I would wait. So like if I'm here, I would like to book my positions at around 228. And then either I have to be very patient, or I can book, enter again at 239 to 40 area. Then we covered Amazon, Netflix. So Netflix is the last one. So Netflix has earning today, and after earning, it's kind of showing a muted response to the earnings. They had a good subscriber growth. Uh, from my point of view, I feel Netflix is going to hold 525. If it holds 525, it's going to go and test first 538 and then 553. This time, if we breach 560, 553, we are not going to come back. We are going to go right at this 664, 678 area. This is the weekly chart, and you see on the weekly chart, it has consolidated in this range for more than a year. So now it's time to break out. So I am positive on Netflix. And on the weekly charts, whenever there is a crossover, it goes on and on for good weeks. Here we only have crossover for 4 or 5 weeks. So I'm at least expecting couple of more weeks with some momentum. So 560 is what I'm looking for. All right. So that was it from me for today. If you like it, please share your feedback. If you have any questions for me, please let me know and I will try to respond. Thank you very much and have a good night, guys.